gonna do, folks, this is what's called a cold open.
Cold.
Although
Cold is my beer.
The cold open is where you just start recording and you're talking naturally and you're not introducing the show.
Oh, I thought
So
it was a
this
sex thing.
This is kind of a lukewarm open. This is episode 15 of Excuse Factory.
15
We got Tyler
already.
back. He is a co-host, but lately he hasn't been on the show, so it's almost like he's a guest.
Hey, I'm back,
like a
y'all. I'm
recurring guest.
sexier than ever.
He's back on the show. He's back, and
I'm
he's.
back. I've been
You're
busy.
sober
I've been
today.
working a lot and skating a lot, and I hurt my ankle. Rolled my ankle.
Hurt your ankle.
But
What were you doing when you hurt your ankle?
skateboarding.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, but I went to the
Uh-huh.
hospital. I got X-rays. And it's not fractured, but I got a week off work, so that was pretty cool. But
Nice.
because I broke my foot back in 2016 and I dislocated my big toe. At least I was sure I dislocated my big toe because all my toes went back. And now, now my big toe, I got a bunion. It just sticks out only on the one foot. So when I got my X-ray, I was looking at the X-ray, and you can see the bone to my big toe go way right compared to all the other, and the other foot because they do both feet sometimes. And the doctor's like, yeah, it looks like something happened there, but you're definitely growing like a bunion, quote unquote. And they just tell me how the surgery goes. And it's pretty gnarly. It's like you're probably better off just dealing with the pain for a while. It's been like fucking 2 years.
It might build up again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of your lifestyle of medium to low risk stunt activities.
I feel like I need to find a new job too, because I work all week. Like, I don't want to work all week. No, that's not even that.
I don't have any.
Well, it's
I
like
don't have any sympathy.
it's like fuck you. It's like 3:30 to 11 or whatever, or 3 to 11:30.
It's a crappy shift.
It is a really shitty shift, and man, people have been working there for like 26 years and still can't get on a day shift because there's people who have seniority over them still. There'd be no chance of getting.
You're making okay money.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And you're not a morning guy.
No, I'm not, but I want to fucking skate.
The good thing about your shift, though, if you need to go to the bank or go do laundry or whatever, you got time to do it before you come in.
Yeah, during the day.
In theory.
If I get up.
Yo, man, I want to get us on track. I think we should just dip right into. So I had two directions. We could go. We could talk about hip hop for a bit, or I wanted to talk about about feathery raptors denial.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Wait, I'm a little worried that I got you on a speaker right now, out loud. I'm a little worried that might come in on my microphone when we're done recording. Like you might hear yourself from me. So I'm gonna unplug this real quick and plug in just my headphones. And listen to you through the cam, so there's no back. Yeah. Okay. One sec. Sorry.
No, it's cool. Hey, so it's just me, E-Rock.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Tyler.
I'm still here. I just don't have the speaker.
Oh, okay, you can still hear me. So listen, folks. Remember, if you're born in the '80s or early '90s, you would know that in Jurassic Park, the signature dinosaur, the raptor.
I thought the T-Rex
didn't have fucking feathers.
No, it didn't. Yeah,
the T-Rex. No, I think most of the dinos were fairly accurate.
Pretty sure that
the
first Jurassic Park, the T-Rex was like the main thing. Jurassic Park 2 was with the raptors, and they were all smart. Remember? All smart and they knew shit. Yeah.
So I mean that a lot of that's speculation, I'm assuming, but at the time, I guess what they know now is that raptors are more bird-like. I mean,
a lot of the dinosaurs
and lizards are bird-like because they're related. But the raptors are known to have feathers. That's like the consensus in the scientific community or the paleontologist world. I read
that as well.
But actually, the raptor that was depicted in the movie is actually based on another dinosaur entirely.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure raptors are little tiny things. Is what I remember.
I heard that.
They're like small.
Yeah, they're not as big as. They're not as big as they're depicted in the movie.
In the movie, they make them look like they're 6 feet. In reality, I think they're like only 3 feet tall or something like that.
They'd still fuck you up.
Yeah.
But
Or maybe
a house cat can fuck you up. Anything can mess you up.
Yeah, but I fuck it up too, you know? Give a run for its money. they don't know how to use guns.
Yeah, they don't know how to, and they can't tie shoes or put on pants.
Yeah, so they're like totally beneath us.
But I remember when I first heard that they didn't have feathers, I was like, no, they're wrong.
No.
You know why they're
My
wrong?
life is a lie.
Because it's Steven Spielberg and Michael Crichton.
Yeah, they're right. They were always right.
Like, no, I have a movie, I have a DVD, and I have a Sega game, which clearly depicts the raptor without feathers. So
that's
who's wrong?
Yeah.
Who's wrong now?
Yeah, we have pictures to prove it.
My DVD of Jurassic Park has a bonus disc, and it's the making of. And they had paleontologists, so was 1994 wrong?
Fun fact.
I don't know.
My animation professor taught a class to the dudes making, I don't know if it was the first Jurassic Park or the second one, on how to properly rig and make a dinosaur so it moves like an actual dinosaur. So that was pretty cool. We worked on that, and so I met somebody who taught the class on how to make those dinosaurs look like real dinosaurs, move like real dinosaurs easily with proper rigs, so you don't have to animate too much. You just had to move it, and it would move properly.
Yeah, but did your professor how did he go back in time to find out how dinosaurs move?
He himself is also like a paleontologist or something like that, or biologist or whatever. Yeah, but like all animals are built fairly the same. Actually, we were told. I never really looked this up, but I believe them because they're fucking genius. All mammals are born, or at least when they're like in the belly and they're just starting, all have the same amount of bones. That could be like a great whale compared to you and I. But
I think all mammals, though, you have to come inside the pussy to make one.
Except for fish.
Yeah, but they're not mammals.
Oh yeah, they're not. But a whale is, and it doesn't do that. So,
and now that is and that's a scientific segment.
but all of them grow into their bones. So like we had tails, and you can see it when you see look at like a utero baby or whatever the fuck it is. We have tails, but we grow into that shit. Just like whales have 2 feet, but it grows into like 1 fin in the back. But it still has 10 bones for... It's pretty cool. Look it up, people.
But consider
this. No, man, I can't
Consider this, man.
Man.
You know who was born without typical coming in a pussy? Danny DeVito in Twins.
Oh shit!
Remember?
Yeah, I do remember. And he lifts up the car because it thinks it's being towed, right? Remember? Because it's like the alarm's going off in the car.
Which one of them was, or were they both born in a lab? I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't really remember. I just remember that Danny DeVito was kind of trying to use Arnold Schwarzenegger, wasn't he?
Yeah, wasn't it like Rain Man? Like he was trying to exploit him?
Yeah, something like that. And then anyways, he falls in love with his brother or something. Yeah.
It's funny because he was born in a lab, but he had an Austrian accent for some reason.
See, I don't... It was so long. You know what, another movie, okay, you just reminded me of that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he plays a dude who gets pregnant?
Yes.
What was that movie?
It was like 9 months or...
Something like that. That movie...
the title was like a play on the whole the baby...
I was watching that when I was younger, and that movie freaked me out as a kid. I don't know why, but it tripped me out. It was scary to me.
Did you feel gross, thinking about having a baby inside your body?
Yeah, it felt like an alien could come down from space and impregnate me, and then all of a sudden and then come out of my stomach or something. I don't know. But
no,
that's what freaked me out about it.
It wouldn't come out of your stomach, Tyler.
Oh, no. Oh God. Oh God.
If we're gonna play by any kind of rules here, I don't know.
Because I remember a movie that was like that, where Alien. It wasn't Alien. But it was another movie where there was like this alien on Earth, and he was like impregnating women or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the baby would just like burst out of their stomach and kill them and shit. I forget what that movie's called, but oh, that's a bad one. Eric's got like, oh man. On Facebook, you can put funny faces on your face. This one is gnarly, dude.
To me, the visual gag in the podcasting medium isn't explored enough.
No, but it is super funny because you look like that dude who did comedy and drag, like one of the first guys who did comedy and drag. He had the pink hair and I think he had a British accent.
Oh, what was Dame Edna or Dame Edna?
I think that was, you kind of have that right
Wasn't
now.
Wasn't it, or was his name Damon Dash?
Oh, I can't remember.
He was part of Rockefeller Records.
I mean, we could Google this stuff, but it's more fun to just talk about it, and then whoever's listening can be like, "Oh, I know what they're talking about," and then you can message us and tell us what we're wrong about.
Wrong is a more interesting pursuit than being right.
Yeah, I might be wrong about a few things, but you know what I'm not wrong about? Dinosaurs don't have feathers.
You think? Yeah, they don't have feathers. I'm with you 100%. I think if you learn something once, that's it. Like when they said Pluto is a planet, it's still a planet.
It's still a planet.
It's not.
You can't just change your mind.
No, I'm not going to change on that.
It's probably for like a money grab. They're like, you know what? They did have feathers. We need more funding to explore this more further.
I mean, I think dinosaurs are pretty cool. Did you have a dinosaur phase?
Kinda. It was like not really actually. A little tiny. I had toy dinosaurs, but they were always boring to me because they never had like moving arms like fucking like GI Joes and stuff. You could like manipulate them, and like the Spider-Man toys, really cool.
Yeah, I had all those.
If you got like a Batman toy, it'd come with like a little like thing you press and it'd shoot out the little rope. You know, the bat, whatever it is, and I'd hook it onto trees and swing my little Batman and stuff. But
wait, your Batman was shooting ropes?
Yeah, with like a hook, grappling hook.
Him a little bit.
Shut up.
He shot a thick rope.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, Batman.
What is I gonna? Don't start on Batman. The only good Batman is
Michael Keaton.
Everything else is trash.
That's what my friend said the other day. Like, what's your favorite Batman? And I was like, I don't remember. I haven't watched Batman's in so long. I was like, the newest Batman was Ben Affleck.
Lindsay just gave me the thumbs up when I said that Michael Keaton is the only good Batman. Not Diane Keaton, no. She's not.
She's a shitty Batman.
Fuck Diane Keaton. I don't like her at all. I don't think she's cool.
I don't even know who she is. Oh man, there's a guy who works at the bar I go to all the time. He's I'm gonna take a picture of this guy, but like I'll be like, hey man, you wanna get a picture together? Just cause what up? But anyways, this dude looks just like Michael Keaton. Like
weird.
He's always wearing like a leather jacket. He's got the big sideburn things going on. Same face, same shaved gray hair, like, and he does the DJing at the bar.
What kind of beats was he playing? Like trap music?
They don't play any hip hop or anything actually at that bar. It's strictly like music. Like I guess hip hop is music, but you know.
They play white guy music?
Kind of. No. They play like blues and stuff like that. They just don't go to the hip hop area because like.
Well, blues used to be black music. I'd say more that it's now white guy music.
You think so?
Because like, I predominantly my information is based on.
There you go. Tell it again, Blues Brother.
My information is based on like the two cities I've lived in, and it's mostly just white guys that listen to blues.
I wish
but it's mostly just white guys everywhere I live.
I kind of wish you lived here a little bit, because, well, for one, it'd be fucking sweet. Two, you'd really enjoy going to this place because it's always live music, always every night. And
I know I saw your Instagram story.
But these guys are like a lot of the bands they have.
Some of the bands
amazing.
are good. Some of them are lame, but like lame in a way that it's entertaining. You could talk about it.
Yeah, and there's always a couple good songs, but like we had like this whole like old school natural like country band up. You know that country rock crap. Like Rio had like a steel guitar and all this shit. Man, they fucking killed it. It was so awesome. And then the other night I went, and these guys were just like trained musicians. They were playing like some really technical stuff.
They're progging out.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, man. I really enjoyed it. And there was like the most beautiful women this time at this bar, like models, man. It was crazy. And I'm just sitting there by myself, like drinking a beer after that like skate party. I'm just like chilling. And I'm just like, whew.
Didn't you have you had the old rubberneck effect? I remember I had that when I first went to university. Like it was September, and I like moved into my place, and like I went on campus, and I was just like, zip, 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 zip.
Like swing, swing, right. Swing, swing, swing.
Oh, it was nuts.
Yeah,
it was nuts. I didn't know I had no shot whatsoever. I smoked so much pot.
Oh yeah, you probably burned it out.
That first year I was so high, and it was like when you smoke weed back then, you don't know what it is. You're like, yeah, it's just weed.
But it could be like a sativa, it could be an indica, it could be a hybrid, it could be trash,
it could be whatever.
It could look like shit, it could taste like shit, it could be the best, like, yeah.
This stuff was,
but your dealer was like, yo, this is the dopest dope. This shit'll get you high for
like a pound in the freezer, and it was definitely sativa, because I couldn't really sleep very well on it.
And you got anxiety in, like, social places?
Yeah, so I'd smoke it, and I'd be like, I just couldn't. I'd start to talk, and then I'd feel weird.
I'm a sativa guy.
Did I say the wrong thing?
I'm a sativa guy, man. I can't do indica anymore. It just really kicks. It just. I got like ADD or something. I got like a lot of energy all the time. So I'm the kind of guy who can drink a coffee and go to bed. Like a coffee would help me sleep. You know what I mean? But if
I can drink a coffee and go to bed, but that's just from past behavior.
That could be it too. I don't know, but if I smoke indica, dude, I'm like brain dead. I'm like almost get a headache, and I just hate it. And then if I go to sleep and wake up, I'm still like so groggy. So I just stick to what I like.
I like indica though, because I don't even want to be high. I don't like getting I don't want to really. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid saying certain things, but I just don't want to be high. I just want to go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Indica, I'll like smoke it, and I'm like, I try to stay awake for a minute. I'm like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I gotta lie down.
Well, I'm pretty active. Like I skate a lot and do things, so hockey and stuff like that. I got a golf tournament coming up on this Friday coming up. Man, it's gonna be so sick. We got hockey in the morning, which starts at 6 a.m., but that's like every Friday. And then
you're going full job.
And then hey man, golf is sick. Punk rock for life, but golf is fun as fuck, man. Especially if you're on the course with like your good friends, like. And then you smoke some weed and you drink like 4 or 5 beers and you're like half cut and you're just like, somebody goes to swing like, Jakes! Like, motherfucker! You know what I mean? It's just so funny. Everybody's laughing. And it's like skating. Like, if you land something dope or if you make that sick shot in golf, like everybody's like, yeah, man. Yeah. Like, clap and give you props and stuff. It's just a lot of fun, man. Golf is sick. But I got a golf tournament.
I remember.
It's hockey at like 6 a.m. Then we got breakfast. And, like, I guess it's, like, beer in the dressing room after hockey, beer for breakfast. But I'm going to take it slow, man, because, like... and then golf all day, 18 holes, and there's a bunch of people, so it's going to take a few hours. And then after that, there's something else, and man, it's going to be a fucking kick-ass time. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm sure it's fun, but I'm of the mind... I remember, like, my early thoughts. I've never played golf, so there's my...
Oh yeah, I don't knock it till you try because it is a lot of fun.
But
it's fucking hard.
I'm sure
though.
It's fun.
It's not easy.
Well, that's the thing too.
Super frustrating.
The only golf I played Windows 95 golf.
Oh, it's fun.
Lot. There was a.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, I'll say it. In Germany, we had a system called a TurboGrafx. If anybody knows what a TurboGrafx is, it's like.
You still have that, don't you?
I do. Well, I don't have it, but some of my parents' place in Ontario. TurboGrafx is an old video game system, and it takes these little cards, little cards.
You don't know what it is.
Slide it in,
not cool.
And you can get a thing for the back that takes CDs, and you can play a game that we had called Bonk, and it was a guy who would crush stuff with his head. It was a lot like Mario. Super fun. But we had this game on it, and it was this golf game. And to this day, it's probably one of the best golf golf games I've ever played, besides like some of the Tiger Woods games. But yeah, I forget the name of the golf game, but it's for TurboGrafx. If anybody has a TurboGrafx, man, that shit was before its time. It was.
Well, it was. Well, TurboGrafx is not. It was expensive as hell, so that's why most people didn't have it.
Oh, we're in Germany, so there might have been something about that made it easier to buy.
Yeah, it might have been cheaper. I don't know. But I was going to say about Windows 95 Golf. I remember I used to play with my sis, and they had a feature where it was one of the first games. Actually, it was the first game I played where you could customize the way your character looked.
Oh, sweet.
And
that's always the best part, eh?
You could change the skin tone, so I went like full black.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Like Nigerian, but the thing was, because it was so primitive in terms of the graphics and whatnot,
pixel aspect
features
ratio
on the character. Well, the features on the character didn't change, so you got a guy who's like black blue, like as black as you can get, but he still has super white features, like thin nose, thin lips,
small lips, yeah.
Or we would do like, you could change the color of their golf shirt, so you do pink, because like making people look, because pink was a sign of being
feminine,
being gay. So back then it was okay. As a 13-year-old boy, it was okay to laugh at that back in the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't know better.
We didn't know any better.
We used to call things gay. Like if something wasn't cool, we'd be like, "Oh man, it's fucking gay." That's just what we said.
We did.
Not like
we didn't know any. We didn't. It's not like you knew anyone who was out.
Yeah.
At the time.
And you weren't even educated on like any of the shit that the gay community went through back then.
No. But I have I have gay friends. And when I went to university, I just learned not to be an animal and like say ignorant shit. But anyway, moving on, I think we should talk about hip hop. Because we're gonna make this kind of a shorter episode, I think.
It's only been 22 minutes. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's been 22.
It's been pretty
we're good.
Flowy, if you ask me. This whole conversation.
I think we've been flowing. It's been kind of like stream of conscious off the top of the head.
Did want to mention like hip hop's fun, but I did want to mention because the royal wedding's going on today, and just in Facebook and like Instagram and stuff like that. And I don't have Twitter, but I would imagine it's all over that too. Probably more. Everybody just like, hey, the royal wedding's on, ... Pfft, actually, just kidding, don't even care, blah, blah, I can't believe they live streamed this, I can't believe people watch this. And it just bugs me out because it happens once, or twice, or whatever, but like, for this person, for Harry, is it Harry? Prince,
sure.
Whatever, anyways, he's getting married, so.
Was it Hermione?
Yeah. Yo, wizard Harry. So.
No, I think it was Ron.
He's only getting married once, you know what I mean? They don't do divorces like that. At least I know that. Anyways, so it's happening once. So people, if they want to tune in on it and watch it. Good for you. If you don't want to, then don't, because it's an option. It's not like they're interrupting your Game of Thrones television show that you spend like your lifetime watching to show you this wedding that you can choose not to watch. So why choose to fucking comment on it? Like, who gives a shit, man? Like, it's just bugging me because so many people waste their time watching other shows that aren't even real. And this is a real thing in history that's happening, and people are just like, fucking royal, blah, blah, blah.
I think
and you're like,
the only good thing to me that prevents me from just brushing off, it's cool that like a woman of color is going to be royalty.
That's amazing.
They're not.
It's probably a big step up in
they're being more, I mean, I don't know, they're being just chill. They're not making a big deal out of it.
Good.
I think, though, I don't give a shit about I will say I'm on the side that does not give a shit about the royal family, but I think if you're one of those people who's going out of your way to be like, oh, this is bullshit, you're just as lame as the people who are going on and on.
You're actually doing them just, like, you're spreading the word. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know they were getting married today.
You're talking about a trending topic,
exactly.
Whether or not you're a proponent of the topic.
Even if you're trash talking, you're still giving it publicity. And people who didn't know it was happening know it's happening now because you put it on your page, right?
Or there's older people who are they're having some fun with it. Let them have their damn fun.
Yeah, and they're older. They lived in a different time.
Like, if you threw me on the internet, like 20-year-old me on the internet now, I would just be like, shit, I'd be chirping everybody.
Yeah.
But.
Which isn't really.
I've been around a while, and I know how annoying it is to. I think negativity can be really poisonous. It's good to criticize things, but if all you do is hate on everything, it's exhausting to read. Like the whole in politics today, both sides, whether left or right or center, they're all shitting on their opponent.
Yeah.
And most of them, they're not talking about what they're going to do or if they're going to change or fix. It's mostly just trolling the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that brings anyone together. Or if you're, like, for the most part, if you're super, especially if you're more on the extreme left or extreme right, you just want to talk about how people who don't agree with you are a piece of shit.
Yeah, or bad.
And you twist the words. And then if you're like if you say online, I like that Jordan Peterson article. You're like, oh, you're all right. You don't believe in women's rights and all this stuff. But, well, no, that's
not what I said. I just like the article.
Or if you're like, you're into the Green Party, and then, so all you're doing is just saying like people that have a carbon footprint are a piece of shit. I'm just like reaching, but like a lot of the whole tone of politics is what turns people off. Nobody wants to vote.
Well, it's a popularity contest. It's adults in high school is what it feels like. Smart adults in high school are smart, and they're just flexing their brain on each other. It's like if you went to a gym, there's 2 or 5 or 6 really strong dudes, and they all work out together, and they're trying to see who can bench the most. Because they can physically, like, do that. With these guys, they just mentally do the same shit. They flex their brains at each other, and they say weird stuff, and they don't answer questions. They just kind of beat around the bush. Yeah.
But it's really alienating, because a lot of it, I am more on the harder left. But, I mean, a lot of the rhetoric is just, like, getting mad about things that people say, or, just telling, they're just saying, like, you're wrong, you should feel bad. Boom, you just alienated anybody who wants to listen to your shit who doesn't agree with you right off the bat, who could learn something new, or like,
or at least just be educated on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have to.
So, but if you you're basically calling people a piece of shit, they don't want to listen to your message, and that's why in Ontario, Doug Ford is going to be the new premier. He's going to freeze the minimum wage, and he's going to be like. He's going to usher in basically the politics that his brother brought to the city of Toronto. He might not be smoking rock, but he's fucking like, I'm going to close all these libraries. I
actually haven't been in on any of that. Like, I haven't looked in.
I know.
But it's like,
and we're not a political podcast, but I just think the people on the left are fucking. You're mad that Doug Ford's going to get voted in. Well, look in the mirror. You're the assholes who made politics abrasive, and nobody wants to be a part of it. So
yeah, it's almost like you just want to take the whole politic party, like throw them away, and like get new ones, like fresh start. Let's try. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like, because it just like keeps getting worse or shittier. But
yeah, and that's what happened. So you've got in Ontario, you've got Catherine Wynne or Kathleen Wynne. I don't even know her proper name, but she's just hated by everyone.
Yeah,
and.
Just her name, just hearing her name, and I don't really know too much why people hate her all, because I don't get into
people.
That shit,
people
man.
hate her because she sold out the province on the utilities and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
I just know her name when it comes up. People are like, oh, you're like, apparently I have to do that too.
She's just full of shit. She's a fucking.
They're all full of shit, bro.
A lot of it is people don't like identity politics. Where, oh man, let's not get into it.
Well, you know what? We're kind of segueing towards the politics in hip hop right now, because
let's talk about hip hop.
People don't even shit on each other anymore.
Yeah,
for being
nobody
whack.
Shits on each other because they want the hip hop is now. A lot of it was
it's about clout.
Well, a lot of it was record labels kind of dictated how the business went.
Yeah.
So when you look at early success like Tupac and Biggie, were really
Death Row
big
Records
standout.
And what's Biggie?
Titans in the industry. They kind of record labels were just tossing money at them, and they also threw in like a lot of the PR and influenced the direction of the media with that East Coast West Coast feud, which wasn't even real. They didn't even Pac admit was like, yo, I'm gonna do this thing and it's gonna sell a shitload of records if I start shitting on these guys.
Who was? Oh yeah, okay. I was listening to an interview about Method Man, and he's talking about how he was at, and he was just getting big. I don't know what album came out. It might have been Mutt or something.
Tikal would have been 94, 95.
So that's around the time all that shit was going on, right? Like the feuds and Suge Knight and that shit, right? Anyways.
Yeah, I think 94, 95, 96.
Well, it was like he's saying he was at a club and it got really weird because he was talking to Tupac and then he was talking to like P. Diddy and then like it got really serious when he was trying to leave, like who you gonna leave with and stuff like that. Like, are you gonna go with these guys? Are you gonna go with these guys? And he felt like talks about how he feels like super uncomfortable, and like when he said goodbye to whoever, it might have been P. Diddy, I think it was like very like the whole mood changed. He said it was like all of a sudden super serious and like Suge standing behind him or was it or whoever was. It was just like Anyways, it's like just super weird shit. I think it's like
but. Yeah, and just like, whoever you talk to.
And you know what? Yeah,
no matter who
you
choose to talk to, it becomes a choice on what side you're on.
But that doesn't really happen anymore. It doesn't seem like it's like the
I don't think
shittiest
it's
person
good.
will get collabed with like a really good artist, and you're like, sad.
I mean, the side of it that left those two guys dead. I don't think. Obviously, I'm not down with that. But I do like how like late '90s. And early 2000s, rappers were more. If you didn't like the other rapper, you just say their shit, or you just because that's part of it. It's kind of like wrestling promos, where it's like you shit on your opponent, and hip hop is definitely like a capitalist venture. You're trying to get the most fans,
it's like hard
sales, big tours. So when you see, and it's like territorial, like with. And tribal with like gang stuff. So if you think the other person is whack, you just say like fuck this guy, and it gets people invested in picking a side and talking about it, and talking about the conflict is what gets people listening to the music and buying the albums. And I think it's good. It's like healthy competition, but
it's
today's rap, you got somebody like look at somebody like Kendrick Lamar. Who I would say he is a good MC, but he'll do guest features with whoever, but he's got it as like Kendrick Lamar, not the public persona or the famous guy, just the private citizen. He probably is like, man, he probably thinks some people are super whack,
and probably doesn't want to do
on
it
a record,
because
he doesn't want. He's a shrewd businessman,
and the money's.
And,
really good.
Yeah, the money's good. So why would you shit on someone you could potentially have a feature on?
Yeah.
Like a lot of, like somebody like Jay-Z has had a feature of, like when Ja Rule was hot, he had tracks with him.
Yeah.
Baby. He worked with Kanye. He's worked with just like the flavor of the month.
Also discovered Rihanna, so he gets a percentage of everything she makes.
Yeah.
Including her $1 billion beauty line.
I don't know if the mic picked that up, but Lindsay was saying that he discovered Rihanna.
Who discovered Rihanna? Jay-Z?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Like, because remember the Umbrella track? Jay-Z appeared on that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He kind of launched her career
just by being on the record.
Cut on that. Yeah. So a lot of those guys, it's like their mission isn't even to. Like, some of them are genuinely talented MCs. Like, Kendrick is definitely a great MC. But he's also, like, appearing on fucking, like, Taylor Swift. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's so funny,
like,
man.
Come on. Like, really?
Yeah.
And he won a Nobel Prize for Literature. Her shit is trash. Like, I don't... Yes, okay, I'm gonna give her, what's that song, Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes.
I don't know, man. I don't listen to that.
Oh, now we got problems.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Blood. That's the song.
Yeah.
Bad Blood. Hi!
Yeah.
That's the only good Taylor Swift song.
Now we got bad blood.
Blood.
Yeah.
But, like, the whole thing is being the hip-hop artists that make it are the ones that are just making these super smart business decisions. They make an appearance, a guest appearance, at the right time with somebody else who's on the rise. It's all fucking... It just seems more formulaic than it used to be. There definitely some of my favorite hip-hop artists have done things that make me, like, scratch my head. Like, Raekwon had an appearance on a Bieber, like...
No, really?
A B-side or something. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
What?
100%. Like, I mean, like, all of them, a lot of the Wu-Tang guys have done guest tracks on, like, the bigger Wu-Tang guys, like Raekwon, Ghost,
RZA.
Method Man have done shit with Kanye.
I guess RZA isn't that big.
What? RZA's, like, the biggest. His movie work?
Oh, yeah, I was
totally
looking at that shit. And then, I guess, like,
I don't mean, like, the best.
And stuff like that, like all the soundtrack.
I mean, RZA's an amazing rapper. I just think he got bored of hip hop.
I think so too. Actually,
I think he's just more interested in making and working on movies.
I think he's just like a legitimate 100% artist.
He is.
He's got mad talent.
He's just not into hip. My thing is, he's probably just not into hip hop anymore, and that's why when he gets together with Wu-Tang and makes beats, that's why his beats sound like they sound like a fucking boring elevator music because they're not. He's just not stoked on hip hop.
Hip hop changed, man. I don't think he wanted. He had a style like a real artist. You know what I mean? A real artist has a style, but
I've read like his writing, and he got bored with the method of beat making that I think was his best shit. Was when he didn't have very good equipment.
Yeah,
and he was just because he was a lot of his best beats were sample driven, like finding records and like chopping up stacks.
Yeah,
soul record like the first.
And then that gets all illegal, so you can't do it anymore. And yeah,
but
I can
like,
see how that would kill the drive.
Hip hop is so safe. Like there's this rapper Logic that I was listening to.
Yeah, I know that.
And he has a couple good tracks, but a lot of it is like he's just probably. I feel like a lot of these guys, it's like a stepping stone before they become an actor, or they have a clothing line.
It's like,
or they get into other business.
Like all the,
look at Exhibit. Like Exhibit used to be he was fucking dope.
Yeah,
he worked with. I think he did shit
pretty
with.
Hard too.
Might have done shit with the Alcoholics.
I know he did some shit with Eminem.
I can't think of what he had a crew he was part of. I didn't.
But he was good. He was a really good MC. But you're right.
Yeah, he had some fire shit.
But that's kind of like the Family Channel. Like all the kids in the Family Channel, they almost start acting to get their career into music. You know, like a lot of those Family Channel kids false. are the ones who, you know, like who's that chick who dated Dustin Bieber for the longest time? Selena Gomez. She's Family Channel. Ariana Grande, Family Channel.
But those people,
hell, Justin Bieber is like funny. Almost Family Channel. Fuck's sake. And like Christina Aguilera and Justin Timberlake and all those dudes. That was like the Mickey Mouse Club or whatever, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, he was.
Or he was. I don't know if she was, but
they're some of the most mediocre artists ever. They're just put together by. Like each of them has a team of people that are responsible for every aspect of the product that they put out. Like they don't do their own choreography. They don't write their songs. They don't make any decisions. They're just a face.
Yeah.
No doubt that they can.
Justin Timberlake though.
They can do the timing and phrasing for singing. I think Justin Timberlake has, in his later career, started writing.
I think so too. But Timberland
he fucking sucks, man.
Timberland though.
The shit he did with Timberland was only good because he worked with Timberland. Timberland had good tracks.
Same with Nelly Furtado.
Fantastic beat maker.
No, actually some of her old shit was like pretty decent.
She's an actual I'm not gonna shit on her because she was actually she's a real artist. Like she writes her own stuff.
Like her first stuff was really good.
The shit she did with Timberland was like the best.
It was amazing.
I
and
love that shit.
Yeah, and but it like threw me off, right? Because she was so this way, and then all of a sudden she's dancing in a club like real real.
Yeah,
fucking
she was
sexy,
kind of
dude.
like alternative R&B.
Radio
You know what?
friendly.
She was way
Like,
better.
act like a
I think
bird.
Timberland like helped her find herself. I think she wanted to unlock. She was a superstar like diva.
Yeah.
And he helped her unlock that. And she's a hell of a performer.
Yeah.
And
It threw me off though. I was like, what? Fuck,
super hot,
dude,
too.
you are like way too hot for television right now. Wow.
Totes.
Yeah, she's like, I
Um,
had a crush on her. That's for sure.
who didn't?
Yeah, her and fucking
I mean,
honestly, what else? Shania Twain back in the day. Ugh, so hot, man. I don't fucking care. Actually, one of my homies
she's
went to her
pretty hot.
concert. They had the concert here in Van. It was like a week or 2 weeks
For
ago.
music, though, my first job is I was 14 and worked at the Walmart pharmacy.
That's
was
the
around the time she
good
had
thing you
the-
were 14 when you worked at that Walmart pharmacy.
Totally crazy. Yeah, short skirts. Whose boots have your boots
Whose
been?
bed have your boots been?
blur?
I sang that at work all the time when we worked at the call center.
Blur.
And who lifted your kiss? I wonder.
I feel
Something
like
like
a
that.
woman.
Or who's
Yeah,
this?
well,
Anyways,
it's funny-
whatever. We don't know the words. We don't listen to shit.
You talk about the big brand and like yes, her album had its merits, but the producer Jeff Mutt Lang, he is partially responsible for ruining music.
Oh,
Not
music.
that I am a country.
Wasn't
Like,
her producer?
I feel
or
like he's
agent?
responsible for that style of that country rock, country pop.
I heard that Shania Twain kind of changed country music into like
'Cause
rock
she
country,
did.
yeah.
She
Or
did,
pop
'cause
country or whatever.
it was such an immensely successful template, like
real
style
catchy,
template.
yeah.
Like,
Real,
so many,
real unique, yeah.
like Faith. Is it Faith Hill? Was she or Faith Evans? I can't remember. One of them's white and one of them's black. Like, one of them's country and one of them's not.
Yeah, we're excuse
But,
factor, everybody. We don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Goddamn.
Like, I actually do know a fair amount, but I refuse to prepare too much for the episode because then it's just I'm reading a thing.
Yeah, and then we can like kind of
But,
talk back and forth and correct each other.
Yeah, it's more of a flow.
Yeah.
But that whole I don't even want to get started on that because I'm just gonna get really like angry because I hate that music so much. Country music sucks.
I know, my roommates
like that
love
style.
Love it.
That
Every time we
country
get in the
pop.
car with Mike or his friend
I don't
Gary
know.
and stuff, and the car comes on, country radio station's on. So, yeah. I used to
I
work
like,
at a.
I like bluegrass. I like
used to work at a
I
liquidation.
like Merle Haggard.
I like old. Hell, fuck! I love old country music, man. Love it. But this new stuff,
I like
don't
shit
like.
kicker country. Like,
Yeah, like almost bluegrass
yeah, or
or
outlaw country.
almost bluegrass or like
Yeah.
hillbilly-ish, right? Like real.
I don't like that. Like, what was that song? It was almost like R.
Kelly.
Save a horse, ride a
It was
cowboy.
like,
That's the shit I can't stand.
actually, yeah. That song. I just think that music is like people. Like when I went to
Just want to get drunk and dance and like be dirty. That's kind of what it is to me.
Well, they had in the University of Rock had the agricultural houses program, and those people were there to stick fucking
D-bags.
And they were all like the most racist, like dropping hard R and bombs, and they were just into bullshit. They're like into Jimmy Buffett.
I just fucking hated them so much.
Say names. We don't name drop in the excuse factory.
Lindsay's like simmering down. It's because I'm drinking wine. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to get on a dark tangent.
Dark tangent about country music? Well,
Man,
I had something I was going to say about that.
Stupid country bars.
But we went off a little bit, so I can't remember. But it was like...
Yeah, I went off.
You know what? I'm probably going to chop that section out of the episode.
No, man, it's good. It's funny. It's true. It's real. It's real emotion by